It's Barbican, okay? Non-alcoholic. I don't know if you can read that. So it's not clickbait. Don't dislike the video. Yet. Hey, how you doing? It's been a while. I know. I usually film back there. Today I'm filming from here. Change things up, spice things up a little bit, you know? This video is gonna be a little different from what I usually post since this is more of a personal topic I wanna talk about. Alcohol. Now before I start talking about this, I wanna make it very clear that I am not judging anyone, I am not shaming anyone, and I am not preaching anything, okay? This video is specifically to share my perspective of why I, Faisal, have never tried alcohol because I almost always get asked about it. And low-key, I'm kind of tired of repeating myself, so now I can send people a link to this video. Content and perspective. Two birds, one stone. Genius! I'm gonna go over some of the most repetitive questions and arguments that I get when someone finds out that I don't drink. Aren't you curious to know what alcohol tastes or feels like? I've been asked this question about 2,756 times, and honestly, short answer is no. I have never been curious to know what alcohol tastes like. Long answer, the way we were raised, and by we, I mean my brother and I, we grew up with the mentality of if it doesn't benefit me, then why try it? For example, I personally view smoking, hookah, and alcohol as things that are more harmful than they are beneficial, which is why I've never tried any of them, nor do I plan on trying any of them. Basically, if the cons of something outweigh the pros, then why try it in the first place? You get what I'm saying? Again, this is how I personally look at it. My thought process. Me, Faisal. It doesn't have to apply to everybody else. بصراحة أظن طريقة تفكيري هاي إلها دخل كبير بالطريقة اللي أمي حكتنا بهاي المواضيع. ممكن إذا في أهل عرب عم بيحضروا هذا الفيديو يتفاجئوا من الأسلوب اللي أمي استعملته بالحكي معنا بهاي المواضيع. قعدتني أنا وأخوي لما كنا صغار، يعني كنت 14 سنة وهو 11 سنة، وعبلاطة حكت لنا رح توصلوا مرحلة بحياتكم وين أنا ما حكون موجودة حواليكم طول الوقت، وممكن يكونوا أصحابكم بدخنوا وبيأرجلوا وبيشربوا وبيحاولوا يقنعوكم تجربوا هاي الأشياء. فإذا بدكم تجربوا أي إشي جربوه قدامي أول. إيش؟ أم عربية تشجع أولادها على المشروب والدخان؟ يا للهول! بس بحب أحكي إنه أمي لا بتدخن ولا بتأرجل ولا بتشرب، وما كانت عم بتشجعنا نجرب. بالعكس كانت عم بتعزز ثقتها فينا بإنه نعرف ناخد قرارات لمصلحتنا وهي مش حوالينا. وبصراحة زبطت. أظن عندنا مشكلة بعالمنا العربي إنه الأهل كتير بيخافوا يحكوا بهاي المواضيع العيب والحرام قدام أولادهم، على أساس إنه لو ما بيحكوا الموضوع أولادهم مش حيعرفوا ولا حيجابوا. رسالة بسيطة للأهل اللي ما بيحكوا بهيك مواضيع مع أولادهم، بس لو تشوفوا شو أولادكم بيعملوا بالجامعة. ما سمعتوها مني. طبعا مش كل الأولاد هيك، بدناش نعمم، بس كتير. بس هذا الحكي. One last thing I want to add before I jump to the next question. I believe there's two types of people when it comes to being curious about something. Observers and experimenters. Observers, like myself, tend to analyze and study the effect that something has on others, in this case alcohol, before deciding if it's worth trying. Experimenters are people who actually need to try something out for themselves in order to understand whether they should or shouldn't do it. Again, there's no wrong approach here. It depends on the type of person you are. مش عم بحكي إنه طريقتي صح. كل واحد يعمل اللي برايحه. Okay? Faisal, if you can learn to control yourself and drink in moderation, would you? Philosophers, religious textbooks, and almost everybody around the world agrees that everything is good in moderation. However, and again, this is my personal opinion, I believe that anything that targets our sensual pleasures will be extremely difficult for most people, to control in moderation consistently. Things like drugs, sex, alcohol, even sugar, all give humans a short-term high, which causes them to come back for more at a much more frequent manner. And it's easier for us to slip up and rely on them during times of weakness, like going through a breakup, or your crush not texting you back, even after you double texted them. I just don't think human nature can sustain doing something in moderation for long periods of time, especially with things that are pleasure targeting. So I just choose to abstain from alcohol instead of opening the door for the beast of desire within me. You know? Alcohol makes it easier to be yourself and have fun. 2 points I want to bring up here. First, obviously alcohol has a relaxing effect on people. From what I've heard from my friends, alcohol helps you shut down the little voice in your head that's constantly worried about what other people are going to think of you, so you become more comfortable in being yourself around people. Clearly that's great, to be able to comfortably be yourself around people without having to mask or hide anything. Best feeling in the world. But I do believe it becomes a problem when people start relying on alcohol every time they want to be themselves. Yani, I've seen and know people who just can't fully embrace themselves as they are without drinks. And I feel like the more that you rely on external factors to help you be yourself, the longer and harder it's going to take you to learn to be yourself without them. Does that make sense? And again, this doesn't apply to everybody. I'm just saying that I'd rather get over the uncomfortable mentality of letting go and being myself without relying on anything. The second point I want to make is about the mentality of, you can't have fun without alcohol. Are you saying I'm not fun? Does this look like a person who's not having fun? Please don't answer that. No, but seriously, while I know not all people drink excessively, but unfortunately a lot of people and society paints the idea that you need to drink to get drunk or tipsy in order to have fun. And I just disagree with that. Having fun is subjective and depends on the type of person you are. My idea of fun is either playing basketball, working on a video, or binge watching New Girl on a Friday night. Whereas someone else's idea of fun is partying and drinking until 3 in the morning. There's no specific way to have fun. Wallah, I'm not boring. Bro, لعيني حمرا. I've had these discussions so many times with so many different people, especially here in America, and I honestly enjoy it almost all the time because it helps everybody involved in the discussion to gain a different perspective about the topic. And that's what life is all about, right? Different perspectives from different people living different lives. Hashtag deep. Bro, sometimes I surprise myself, to be honest. In a good way. Sometimes in a bad way, but like, this is one of the times where it's good. Here, I'm gonna call my good friend Jesus and get his perspective on alcohol. Please pick up. Pick up. I swear I have friends. I swear.
Hi, you reached the voicemail for Jesus Diaz.
Just call him back. ¿Cómo estás, amigo?
What's up, dude?
You drink alcohol, right?
Yes, I do.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How does it feel to know that you're going to hell? No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like I'm a sinner. Oh, no. That's a doozy of a question, man.
No, seriously. Like, why do you drink alcohol? What do you like about it? How does it make you feel? Stuff like that.
I mean, for me, honestly, it's like partly taste, but mostly like it's a social aspect and sometimes a relaxation kind of thing.
So for you, it's a way to relax sometimes, or just?
And I would say that's like 10% of the time. Most of the time, it's just,
It's a social thing?
Yeah, it's a social thing. Enjoy some, some time with friends, drinking. Although it is very odd that when you do find someone who does that.
Nowadays?
Not odd, but rare. I would say rare, not odd. I had a conversation with you before where you said that even in the Middle East, people are drinking now.
Oh, yeah.
Which very much surprised me.
In abundance. But sometimes people get pressured into it, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you started off.
I wanted to try it. I mean, someone offered it, and I was like, oh, sure, why not? Like, I'm in college. Yeah, woo.
Okay, yeah.
So your first time is like, honestly, the taste is like burning and disgusting sensation. For me personally, I tried beer, and yeah, that is definitely an acquired taste at first.
Gracias, amigo.
Dude.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. I also want to ask another close friend of mine, Skippy. She used to drink, but now she stopped or doesn't drink as much. So I think her perspective would be cool for people to hear.
Hello.
Hey, Skip.
Hi, friend. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. Just drinking this beer right now. What do you want to talk about again?
We're going to talk about alcohol. Do you have a minute?
Yes. Let me just put my beer down.
You used to drink, and now you cut down or stopped. So,
I stopped.
Stopped completely.
Yeah.
Cool. Couple questions is, 1, how did you get into drinking? And 2, I guess, what did you like about it? Why did you stop drinking?
Probably the first time I drank was with friends in like 9th or 10th grade. It was a Russian.
Underage?
Yeah, very underage. Not even like college. Yeah, so I was at a friend's party. She was Russian, or she's Russian, and her parents didn't care. And she would have parties there, and they would allow her daughter to drink with her friends at the house. And so that was my first time. And I guess the first time I got drunk was like, I just liked how like funny we were being and silly and stuff. So that impression came with me to college, and it was like the same attitude of like, oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. Like, people started doing dumb stuff, and it's like extra funny. So alcohol was that way to just get loose and just like have a bunch of fun and just like act stupid, like have a reason to act dumb.
Why did you stop if that was the case, I guess?
Social pressure of it. Like, why can't I just be my own person? Like,
exactly.
Why do I have to subscribe to this like norm? Like, that's, you know, I don't know. I hate it all.
Yeah, like in order to have fun, you need to have alcohol. I'm like, no.
It's not true. I can still act a fool just without alcohol. I've done it plenty of times. And I've even mentioned to my friends, like when we went to silent disco before pandemic, and they're like, whoa, we're having so much fun. I was like, yeah, that's without alcohol. They're like, what? They're like, yeah, I haven't had one alcohol. This is me grinding up on this pole. Just kidding. But yeah. I stopped because I never liked the taste. Like, never even one bit did I like the taste. I hated going to the club only because it was expensive, like super expensive. Something I didn't like tasting, and I was spending a bunch of money on it, and I was like, no. But the biggest thing that told me, that kind of like changed my mind completely, was just like, I didn't like how I felt afterwards.
Like hangover?
Like hangover, or just like I would get acne, or I would just like have to poop a lot. It's like I wasn't down to like deal with the after effects. It's like I don't like how I felt like I was directly harming my body, and it wasn't until 2 years ago now, I think. Yeah, 2 years ago, I got pneumonia after drinking one night.
Oh wow.
So my body was just like, I don't know why you're doing this to yourself, so this is what you get. I have other addictions, I guess, other vices, other things I like.
Carbs,
that are good pressure.
Lots of carbs.
Carbs and boba and Coca-Cola. My interest goes to my sweet tooth and like my dessert and stuff, so.
Oh yeah.
I talk to you later. Good night.
Appreciate you. Good night. Love you. See you soon.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Bye. I love having these types of conversations with people, but I'm gonna be really honest with you. Sometimes when I'm in a bad mood or I just don't feel like explaining myself, I'll just tell people I don't drink because I'm Muslim. And it's always the same funny reaction where they'll start apologizing as if they committed a big sin. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you like that. Relax. It's fine. I forgive you. Just this time. I'm kidding, but seriously, I appreciate you respecting me and my faith. What does bother me though is the fact that whenever I go back to visit my home country, Jordan, there's always people that are so determined to get me to drink. يعني في ناس بيحسسوك انه هدفهم بالحياة يشربوك. والله مرات جد بستغرب كيف بالمجتمع اللي تربينا فيه بيعلمنا منه احنا وصغار انه نبعد عن الدخان والأرجيلة والمشروب، بس لما بنكبر اذا ما بتعمل اي شيء من هاي الاشياء انت الغريب. What did I miss? مثلا بكون طالع مع ناس وكلهم بيطلبوا مشروب عادي ولا حد بحكي اشي، بس انا لما بحكي للجرسون معلم عندكم حليب كده شوكولاته، كل حد بيطلع علي زي كاني كفرت. سيبوني في حالي زي ما انا سايبكم بحالكم. I think people tend to forget that judging someone doesn't only apply when they do something. It also applies to people that choose not to do something. It's a two-way street. At the end of the day, people need to understand that drinking or smoking doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. Also, if you don't drink or smoke, you're not some superior being that's better than everybody else, okay? فلا تشوف حالك على الناس. You do it for yourself. Bad influencers, أو بالعربي رفاق السوق, are people that pressure you into doing things that you're not comfortable or convinced of trying to do. Or people that shame you and make you feel guilty about yourself for stuff that you do or don't do. Whatever someone chooses to do should be because they want to. As long as they don't negatively impact anyone around them, then I don't see the problem with it. Each person has their own brain, they can think and decide for themselves. And yeah, I don't know if it's just me that feels this way, but I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to, so yeah. Have you felt judged for something you did or didn't do? Let's discuss in the comments, because I love reading other people's experiences. It helps me feel much better about myself. I think that's it, so until next time, cheers. La 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 have never tried alcohol. I'm gonna kill you. Conversation. Oh, my ass is so flat, bro. I can't move.